Yo, what's good? I'm Sydney Johnson, snowboard expert at Curated. Here at Curated, we help thousands of people find the right gear for them every season. This year, we went to Powder Mountain in Utah to test the best boards from the best brands. After testing out all these boards, we put together our top 5 of 2023 all-mountain snowboards. Just so you know, we're not sponsored by any brands, so this review is completely unbiased. At number 5, we have the Ride Shadowban.
They call it definitely like more of a park all-mountain board. It's certainly just kind of like your really rad resort board, if in any sense. That's mostly what I got from how Ride claimed it. I love the way that it just has that aggressive pop and feel, even with something a little softer. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. That feels like you can jib around on it, but also if you need that really punchy response from how camber responds on snow, this definitely provided that. At speed, this thing was an absolute blast, but that traditional camber, it definitely helped like feel when, you know, it's picking up the speed pretty heavily that the edge wanted to hold true, you know. If you like park riding, and you definitely hit like, you know, a plethora of features, whether it's rails or like hips, you would probably have a blast with this. As long as it's not stupid deep like I was mentioning, you probably have fun in the trees with this guy, but if it's uneven terrain and you're kind of going through and it's a little choppy and some ice here and there, I probably wouldn't recommend going for it. But overall, I feel like there's a pretty good plethora of people who could ride this.
At number 4, we have the Burton Family Tree 3D Daily Driver. Burton claims that this board is good enough to be in the Family Tree series. This Family Tree series is more advanced boards. They're all unisex, so if you're a really hard-charging Lady Ripper, you'd really like this.
My first impression was definitely carbs, really hard, super fast edge to edge, held an edge really well. It was definitely stable at higher speeds, had no issues there.
Maneuverability in trees was great. This directional camber board has a little bit of a taper, and part of that taper adds more nimble riding to your backcountry and to your trees, making this a much more free ride oriented board.
Obviously it is a directional, but you can totally get around backwards on this thing, make plenty of turns like that, and whip back around whenever, 180 back, however you're feeling. Totally no issues here. I would feel fine throwing a 180 or a 5 on this and landing it. With that camber, it had plenty of landing gear, tons of pop. It was a great board for jumps.
I would recommend this board to really aggressive, intermediate to advanced riders that are strong and that can use the flex of this board to their advantage. Beginners would not enjoy this board, and to riders that like to go hard, this will go hard. At number 3, we have the LibTech Golden Orca.
The brand claims that the Golden Orca is a blend of the Orca and the Travis Rice Pro, and it definitely lives up to a phenomenal all-mountain experience. It runs their C2X camber, which to me very much felt like regular camber today in all the right spots.
This board honestly rode like a dream. It was super floaty, super fun to turn, really carved well. It being volume shifted, it's gonna be wider than your average snowboard. I was surprised how stable this board was. It could have been a little bit stiffer in my opinion. Definitely had a little bit of chatter, but edge to edge, it was relatively stable. LibTech is known for making a super poppy and playful board. They nailed it with the Golden Orca here. It's a super playful ride. I couldn't imagine riding anything else on a slushy day. Really, we don't want to put a total beginner on this Golden Orca. I'd recommend this snowboard for any intermediate or advanced rider looking for a playful volume shifted option.
The board has the right amount of bend between the feet, and it really allowed for a great buttering experience. I think this is a great fit for someone who enjoys riding steeps, wants to dabble in the park.
At number 2, we have the Salomon Assassin.
Salomon claims this as a great all-mountain freestyle directional twin board that can just handle it all.
Super solid at higher speeds, wanted to hold an edge great. Wasn't too directional with the directional twin shape to the point where I could pin it, switch, and it felt really sturdy.
I thought this board was pretty playful for having a rocker tip and tail, mid kind of flex. So it was definitely pretty fun buttering around.
Maneuverability in trees, that directional twin shape, the rock out camber, as well as the side cut, just kind of makes for great tight turns when you really need it.
The only person I'd say should avoid this board is a total beginner first timer. Because of that more camber design, it is a little bit edgier. I'd recommend this board to any intermediate expert kind of all mountain freestyle rider looking for any board to do it all.
And our number 1 all-mountain snowboard of 2023 is the Yes Standard.
Yes claims this board to be a directional volume twin. Initially looking at this board, you can see that it's got a wider nose and wider tail. That's gonna give you any float in the powder that you find, and it's really gonna it's gonna play to its whole shape and profile. This board is super responsive. Edge to edge, it carved amazingly. I was really impressed with how I was able to lay into each carve, heel side and toe side. Usually one favors the other, but they both were working perfect. This board can definitely handle a big jump. I did notice this board got a little choppy here and there in some sketchy terrain. I was able to pop this thing around and throw it. Doing back 180s was super easy. I was riding a 162, definitely a big board, but if it rode more like a 58, I'd recommend this board to any intermediate to advanced rider looking for a fun, playful option. This board is really great for all mountain riding. From park to peak, you can take this thing at any point on the hill and have a good time.
What do you think? Did your snowboard make the list? If you need help finding the right gear for you, make sure to go to curated.com. You'll be matched with experts like me and receive free personalized advice. If you like this video, click like and leave a comment. And if you want to see more from Curated, make sure to hit subscribe.